The other day I had a guy slide into my DMs and he was like, oh goddess, you're so beautiful, blah blah blah. And so I was like, okay, tribute, cash app, like, you know the rules. Paid it. So I was like, okay, cool, good job, like you pleased me today.
Who are these guys, man? Who are these guys that just consistently decide that, you know, I know in my heart I have no chance with this woman, but I'm going to comment on all her pictures. I'm going to slide in her DM every chance I get, and I'm going to send her money on command. Who are these guys? I hope this is not nobody that I know in my life personally, because I will disown you. I hope nobody around me is doing this. And if you're watching this and you're a guy and you do this, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to be ashamed of yourself. Or you got friends that you know do this. You might need to give them a good smack in the face. But we're gonna go ahead and watch the rest of this video.
Don't get too excited though. So I think from here, right, I think the girls get kind of confused because like, okay, then like, what do you do next? So I said something along the lines of like, okay, I hope you understand that your job is to please me now, right? So he was like, oh yes, goddess, you know, we're all good. I just have to let you know, like, you know, I don't really have that much money. Like, you know, I just graduated from college, stuff like that. But I think you're so pretty. It's like, okay, thank you. And just leave it at that, right? I was like, all right, that's done, right? I'm not the desperate one here, right? So then he texts me back and he was like, hey, can I give you some coffee today? I said, I don't like coffee. Coffee makes me anxious. Plus that's too cheap. How about brunch with the girls? Okay, how much will that be? I may have to buy an outfit, you know, mimosas, all that. Let's do somewhere around $80. Of course you can get it higher. Golly, will I get a pic in return? Send it now and you'll see what you get. Send him these. And then he said something dirty. He was like, oh, do you want me to, like, you know, I think you guys should get it. I'm not gonna say it on here. I said, okay, that's $20 for disrespect because you shouldn't be talking to me like that. He sent it. He was like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I just want to let you know, like, I'm a dominant pay pig. And I was like, this is not gonna work. But ladies, don't be afraid to charge. If you feel like you're being disrespected, if you feel like you're being talked to weird, or just because, don't be afraid. And they don't do it, they're not there to stay.
First off, I'm sorry for making you watch that whole thing if you made it this far. This is what they call a pay pig. And this lady teaches women how to acquire men who will be their pay pigs. The comment section is filled with not only people who think this is incredibly immoral and disgusting behavior, because it is, but also a bunch of ladies that are like, please, I need not only one or two of these, I need a whole harem of pay pigs, of men who I don't have to do anything but communicate to them and show them a little bit of attention, and they will send me money. What world do we live in? Like, who are these men and what is wrong with you guys?
The other day I had a guy slide.
I'm 100% with that guy. What is wrong with you guys? But at the end of the day, you know, for guys, and, you know, I'm assuming the guys that watch my channel, you know, y'all know how to attract women and get abundance of women, or at least you're working on yourself. You're not this guy. You're not the pay pig type of guy, because being a pay pig is crazy. But at the end of the day, it just shows that there's tiers. There's tiers to this world. There's different types of men. And without men who are losers, we wouldn't know who the winners are, right? So everybody has their place in this world, but I suggest as many guys as possible not be this type of guy, because while you're doing all this, sending her money, doing the most expensive things, best believe there's a guy that she actually wants. The guy that she actually wants is smashing for free. She's cool with the cheap date. She's cool with the park car conversations. She's cool with the Netflix and chilling. She's cool with the just going on the walk in the park. She's cool with all that stuff with the guy that she actually wants. And the key thing that she said right here was, I'm not the desperate one. You never want to be the desperate one. Needy energy. When a girl feels that you got needy energy, she's going to suck the life out of you, and not in the good way, not in the way that the other guy is getting the life sucked out of him. Trust me. So you don't want to be this guy. You don't want to be chasing woman. You got to have the abundance mindset, and that comes with working on yourself. Stop following all of these quote unquote IG baddies. Stop following them. Stop being the guys commenting on their pictures. Stop DMing them on every story and liking every picture and doing all that stuff. Don't be that guy. Be the guy that doesn't give a fuck, and you will attract a lot more women. Be the guy that's working on himself. Be the guy that's too busy. Be the guy that she hits up and she's trying to link with and tries to chill with him, but hey, he got something going on, so he got to reschedule it for a different day. Be that guy. Don't be the guy that's in this video calling her goddess and putting her on a pedestal and worshiping her. And you don't get me wrong. Some guys love being because of watching too much porn or whatever they've been through in life. They love to be in that submissive role. He tried to tell her that he was a dominant pay pig. What is a dominant pay pig? That's a submissive role. You're giving her money on command for no reason. She sent you a picture of some dirty socks. Some dirty socks, bro. Don't be this guy. I will die on this hill that men need to not be in this position. They want to live a happy life, man. F all that, doing whatever and being so desperate to get your rocks off and all that stuff. Gotta be stoic, gotta be disciplined, and you will have an abundance of women. Just not caring. It's not caring about them, focusing on yourself, making sure you're on your purpose, building businesses, getting higher positions at your career. If you're a career guy, if you're a corporate guy, learning new skills, developing high paying skills and or good survival skills and all these different things. Just doing masculine stuff, building houses and learning practical things to do. Like all these different things, you focus on that, focus on developing yourself as a man. You won't have to be this guy that's the pay pig, the lowest position that you could be as a man. It's literally the lowest position that a man can actually be. So if you're watching this and you're this type of guy and you don't want to be this type of guy, then listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You can, if you need direct help, hit me up in the DM, Instagram, Twitter, any of that stuff. Like you're contacting me for direct help. And it's like, yo, I'm this type of guy and I want to become that type of guy. That's cool, whatever. But this gotta stop, man. These women have these inflated lifestyles. And what it is messing up the family dynamic because these women don't understand. They're using their looks and agency to get this at a young age. And they're not developing any substance, no wife qualities, no motherly qualities. And they're gaining all this mileage and they're getting jaded. They're messing up their ability to pair bond, all of that stuff. So they're going to be old and lonely, and we're going to have a bunch of old and lonely women. And I don't want that either. I don't want old and lonely men, and I don't want old and lonely women. You know, I'm trying to, I like relationships. I think they're good when they are good, not the toxic stuff. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. And, to each his own. Every man is going to do what he wants to do with his money. But work on yourself, guys. Work on yourself. As always, love y'all. I'm out.